Hola, this is Cerveza Boyz. I don't know, it's 5 or 6. I can't really tell. I'm not too sure. I don't remember.
Well, Chase, maybe you should tell people now that we're this deep in, you're not actually Hispanic, despite your little dirty stash of a mustache.
Right, I'm Portuguese, so
Yeah,
close enough.
at least you're honest.
All right, but so I got a couple topics. So it looks like Jon Jones is going to fight Stipe, man. That's going to be the fight. That's going to be for the title.
Good.
Who are you picking?
Man, I truly do believe that Jon Jones is amongst the greatest of all time. I really do. And you know what? He's been in and out over and over and over again. He always comes back and he always fucking wins. And let's be honest, this is not the real fight. The real fight is Ngannou.
Yeah,
And you're not going to get Ngannou unless you beat Stipe.
Well, Stipe's he should win, but he's got these weird losses. Fucking lost to Cormier, got knocked out of the blue, then he beats him twice. He got beat by that nobody Strove, like who's just an average heavyweight. He got knocked out by. He has a tendency to get knocked out by just fucking random people. Francis knocked him out last time, but that's understandable. Yes, I wouldn't bet on that fight. I couldn't bet. I couldn't bet on it because Stipe's bigger.
Old news.
I don't know. All right.
Old. He's not a champ. He's not a champ.
Who's not a champ?
Stipe.
Okay.
Not
He's
a champ.
Longest reigning heavyweight champ. All right. Yeah. All right.
Not a fucking champ. Who knows that name? Nobody knows that name. Jon Jones, though. That's a name you know.
Well,
that's JJ.
JJ. All right. So look, other nose is Nate Diaz. You know Nate Diaz?
Yeah.
He wants to fight Dustin Poirier. So they're gonna fight Dustin Poirier versus Nate Diaz. Dustin doesn't want to fight Conor anymore. So that's gonna be the fight. Nate Diaz versus Dustin Poirier. Which doesn't excite me at all. I could give a fuck less about either one of these idiots, man.
That is a man who has had his head beat in so much his brain must be barely functioning.
He's tough, but it ain't like he's good. He was never a champ, you know? He can survive 5 rounds. That's it. He ain't winning.
It's a vision. It's just kind of sad. I think everybody's destroyed one another.
I never understood the Diaz brothers. You got Nick and you got Nate. And when I hear them talk, I'm like, IQ around 90. You know, they're not retarded, but they ain't bright.
Just above the line.
Yeah, man. You know, and it's just they're like, oh, they are tough.
Yeah.
They're tough. They could submit you, but they ain't winning anything. They're never gonna be champ. And they struggle to string sentences together. I just never understood the admiration for these people. It just blew my mind. They're praised so highly.
With that said, I would much rather have Diaz over fucking Dustin. I find a reprehensible human being for his phoniness.
you talked about this on another video, and we got a lot of hate. A lot of people love Dustin because I think he comes across as just wholesome, all-American. He's married. He gives to charities. He says the right thing. I'm like, you're forgetting when he started, he was a little bitch. He had a big head. He was in the wrong weight division. He was talking shit. And then all of a sudden you switch and pretend to be the good guy. Nah, man. Nah. It's just as much of an act as Colby Covington. You were a little asshole. You talk shit. And then all of a sudden you realize, oh, that's not working for me. I need to be humble. It's a fucking act though, bro. You can call it maturing. I call it an act.
That's a brilliant observation. It is exactly the same as Colby Covington. It's just in a much less entertaining direction.
Fucking, I'd take Kobe any day over.
Who wants to be like, if you were a fighter, would you want to be the good guy?
No.
You know what I mean? No. What fun is there in that? You know, like I give to charity.
If you had
dedicated to a little boy in a hospital, just no.
If you had all the talent in the world and you could fight for the title, is that what you would do? Well, my opponent's humble and he's a good fighter, and let's see what happens. Like bullshit, man, bullshit. I'm gonna fucking wreck this motherfucker. I'm gonna give him brain damage. He's never gonna be the same. That's what you would say.
Yeah. And that's how you get people to watch your fights. You know, that's what's needed. Yeah.
Speaking of great shit talkers, what did happen to Conor, man? Because it was the last time we saw him. He's fucking talking shit with a broken leg, saying his wife, Dustin Poirier's wife's DMing him, and he's a raving lunatic. He sounded like a fucking Irishman that had drank too much and lost everything. Like it seems like that's the pattern of the people over there. I don't know. That sounds terrible, but it was kind of pathetic. It was pathetic, man. He was losing that fight.
I'm good friends with a dude from Belfast, Paul. And I asked him, I was like, does every Irishman just eventually like implode into a raving drunk? And he laughed and said, kind of.
Yeah.
I think that like he's got that, burn, like he burns incredibly intense for a couple of moments and then it just peters out in a horrible way. When you got that much that much like zeal and life, eventually it just has to burn out. You can't maintain that attitude for that long,
I think it was an unbelievable marketing job by the UFC. They hand selected opponents that were going to stand with him. He took them out. He won the fights he needed to. And it's just there was a psychological advantage for a while because the world backed him and he made everyone laugh at him. He made you question. But then he went to box and then he got the money. And now it's just kind of pathetic now. I have 10% chance that he gets back to championship level. He doesn't have it. He doesn't have the cardio. He doesn't have the skill. He doesn't have it.
But you know what? He's got one of the great stories.
It's a great story.
Dude is from nothing. You know that, right? He like came from nothing.
Double champ, man. Double champ.
Yeah. I will never forget being in a bar in Suzhou, China, when he knocked out Aldo. Yeah, like just I remember bar was packed early in the fucking morning. It's packed wall to wall. And you get out, we're ready for this crazy fight. Nobody knows who's gonna win. And he's fucking knocked out in the first 5 seconds. And you're just like, there's nothing. Again, it comes to this idea of talking shit and then backing it up.
But the state that he's in now, he speaks in a way like, I'll get it back. And I don't think he will. He ain't get it back. It was a fun ride. It was the perfect storm.
Well, it's interesting because Jon Jones, I think, is sort of the opposite, because his life is nothing but shit.
Yeah.
But I feel like he just keeps coming back. You know what I mean? There's something freakish about him.
Again, unwavering confidence, being beat up by two all-pro NFL fucking defensive lineman brothers your entire life. Nobody's gonna fuck with you. Listen, if fucking NFL defensive linemen got paid more to fight, they would fight. And there would be an NFL defensive lineman as the heavyweight champion of the world. We all know this. And it's probably going to be one of Jon Jones' brothers. And that motherfucker beat him up there's no doubt in his head he's going to win a fight. There's no doubt. He's had his ass kicked by huge men his entire life. Dude, it's unwavering.
Put your money on that fight, man. Come on, do it.
He's John. I would put it on John if I bet. I would bet on John.
Put it on John. He's going to do it. I'm telling you.
You would bet on John too, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but my bets are smart, unlike you who keeps losing money.
Next topic. So fucking Adesanya won his fight. Guess who called out Adesanya? The 185 champ. Khamzat's like, Chamaya. He's like, you can't fucking wrestle. One round, I'd finish you. And fucking Izzy's response, Adesanya's response was like, huh, okay. And people are like, he didn't acknowledge him. I was like, no, he ain't had nothing to say. You do not want to get under Khamzat's fucking, because he's beaten nobody, yet I believe he could be the 170 and 185 pound champ. I just believe it.
Not just you. Rogan believes it.
Everybody, I believe it. I'm a believer. Yeah. I believe it.
Man, he's the chosen one.
Dude, if you need to make money, like you owe money to the mafia, take everything you own and just bet it on him. I just can't see him losing. I don't.
Oh, you're betting on him in the Gilbert Burns fight.
There's way, yeah, absolutely. Oh,
what are the odds?
I don't know. Doesn't matter. Just put everything you own. Everything you own, put it on him, man.
Oh man, I really want to see the odds.
Because it makes sense. I think he'd take Izzy down and beat who's going to beat him? But that's so weird. He hasn't beat anybody, yet we all believe he's going to beat everybody. Never seen anything like it in my life.
Those back-to-back fights, and he just wanted more.
Man, he didn't get touched. He didn't get punched.
It was the opposite of Simone Biles.
It was so cool.
More.
All right, last one. And all right, I know you got to go, but Colby Covington's going to fight Masvidal. Mm-hmm. And I love them both. I love Colby for what he represents, which is just chaos. That's his nickname. It's just oh, oh, he got the common flu. He calls COVID the common flu, fucking makes fun of your fucking family. It's just so personal and deep and fucking Republican. And then you got Masvidal, who actually is kind of conservative. I love Masvidal. I'd like to hang out with Masvidal. He seems like a cool cat. I love them both. I really like both of them. I'd want to hang out with Masvidal more than Kobe. I see Kobe winning. The style, man. He's just gonna take him down. I just can't imagine Masvidal pulling this off, man.
Let's remember that Usman fight, man. Kobe did better that was a close fight, Like
the first one was a close fight too.
Yeah. And I feel like that Masvidal he's got some legendary wins. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think he can hold up.
Let's say you're a fighter and you get signed to fight an ex-teammate that you hate. Think of someone you hate. Does it make a difference? Even like, your teammate's better. Like, I fucking hate this motherfucker. There's one or two people in the world. I know if I fought them, I would win. There's no doubt in my mind. Yeah. They can't win. I wonder if that's the mindset going in for both these guys. I don't know. If you really hate someone and you're fighting them, does that give you the advantage? I don't know.
I think it depends on who's got the psychological advantage.
They hate each other. They do.
I felt, getting back to that McGregor, I think Aldo hated McGregor. I really do.
He made a mistake. He got reckless. Yeah.
McGregor got in his head with the hate.
But there's McGregor, no doubt in McGregor's mind that he could take him. It was both ways. Yeah.
But I feel like McGregor always feels that way. Maybe not with
not Khabib. No.
Yeah. But I don't know, man. I like the idea of hate though. Hate's gonna make for a good fight,
I'll buy that fight. I wouldn't bet on that fight either. If I had to bet, I'd bet on Colby. But I just think Jorge, whatever you want to call him, Street Jesus, which I love, hates him so much. That hatred, man, if someone that you hate, you're fighting someone you hate, man. A couple people I'd love to fight too that I hate.
Charlie Hareman.
Yeah. And one other individual. That's right. There's no way I'd lose those fights. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh, good. We'll be looking forward to these fights, man. And I bet Chase will have a little money going on some of them.
Hey, we got a lot of feedback on the Shevchenko fucking video that we had, man. People tend to agree she's the fucking pound for pound. Yeah, they like her.
She's so fucking good. She's so fucking
They thought she was hot though. So,
really?
To each their own, man. Yeah, right. That's fine with me.
The body, yeah, but she's got like that Eastern European, like I've been through some hard shit because like she's it.
Right. She should be washing clothes in a river. Preparing to marry the butcher.
Yeah. Exactly. Yes, exactly right. Her father's name Topol or whatever his name. Yeah. That's terrible.
Anyway, she is the top fighter in the world. We admit that. All right. That's it, man. Short and sweet.
We'll do it next week. See you later, guys.
Ciao.